called for backup to take the driver into custody. Apparently saw this driver violate that restraining order near a home in Lincoln Heights. The air unit later told the walking man that they believe this driver have violated the restraining order as many as 3 times today. Now, it's a misdemeanor violation of a restraining order, but the air unit has described to the very rapid driving that this driver engaging in very and has really into person into custody as they continue to circle the neighborhood where this domestic violence victim resides. They are concerned that this driver may end up back at this property, essentially. Now, they do have an LAPD unit with the victim right now at that home, and this driver did go by and saw the LAPD unit.
Continuing to circle that area where he tried to so he turned back that location, as you said, possibly a fourth time. At one point, police that driving.
We're seeing something now. Thankfully, no contact has been made, or no crash, and no. Trying to do here. Erratic U-turns, been on the freeway a couple of times. This is an older neighborhood of the metro. These are little some new parts of CLA, so it can be very, very dangerous to do high-speed maneuvers on the wrong side of the road. We've also seen the driver do this a couple of times, go into gas station areas. Now, it's unclear if that's because this person believes that they might have a moment to fill up or if they're low on gas, but at least one other time this driver has stopped at a gas station, but really hasn't stayed for longer than a few seconds underneath the awning there that we can't really see what they're doing right now, but SkyCal is going to make their best move here to get around to make sure that this driver, to see what they're doing, but it doesn't look like they have exited. There they are. They're right through the middle. Yeah, so they didn't stop to get out and get any gas or try to attempt anything like that. But now they're back on the move again here in the Mount
keeps pulling in. Of them, the officer is there. Order.
Near property over. The LAPD Northeast Division did find that white Honda. They did light up lights and sirens, but the driver refused to comply. That started the pursuit. The walkman asked the air unit, hey, what are we pursuing this guy for? And the air unit said, we've got a driver here who's violated a domestic violence restraining order. Not once, not twice, but as many as 3 times today. And Rachel, we think we may have seen a 4th violation with SkyCal, as just about in the last 20 minutes, this driver has gone back to that same property again in Lincoln Heights, drove by. LAPD had put a police officer, 2 police officers, and a patrol unit there to protect the victim. This suspect saw that and then drove away. There was attempted a spike strip, didn't work. And now basically what we are seeing here is an LAPD air unit tracking this driver through the streets of Lincoln Heights. Very erratic driving. It's been a hot lights and sirens pursuit at points. Now it's a tracking issue where they're in what's called surveillance mode. They're hoping that since there is no lights and sirens behind this driver, possibly get out of the vehicle. That would be that situation. And we have seen that driver get out, at least once he gets something out of the trunk, time to sort of what appeared to be maybe yelling at the air unit overhead, and then back in the car and the pursuit.
And
it's Broadway, you see here in Lincoln, not a lot of domestic violence property here on Avenue 22. And again, it's just so LAPD very concerned. This is where the driver is not supposed to go.
It seems the suspect come to a stop here. Two officers staying outside the vehicle. What is going on here? Can you tell?
Well, that looks like one of the LAPD units. I'm looking closely. That I believe is an LAPD. Been sent to make sure that this does not violate this domestic violence restraining. Giving up. We didn't see the end of this to custody. This is a good.
Yeah. The attempt, maybe he's just giving up at this point, saying, okay, I'm done. And this has been going on for a good hour so far, Mark. And, you said that the officers were with the victim the entire time. Suspect did not come back and potentially. Anyway, Mark, do we know if this suspect was armed with anything in the car?
There was no information whatsoever about him being armed. There was no reports of seeing any weapons of any kind. This was simply, like I said, a violation of that restraining order. There could be restraining orders can have an area violation. Can't come within 30 feet of a victim, 100 feet of a victim, whatever it may have been. And this suspect apparently did violate that, and that's what LAPD was concerned about. And then, of course, felony evading, that will be a charge here, and reckless driving. Those are charges very likely that the suspect will face as well today.
All right, well, an hour later, we are certainly glad to see that this has come to a peaceful end with no one getting injured. Again, that suspect in custody. Thank you so much, Mark. And we have more breaking news right now. Firefighters are trying to put out this massive warehouse fire. It's been burning all morning in Ontario. Well, now we've learned police have arrested an employee accused of starting that fire. CBS LA's Cara Finstrom has new information.
We've learned that investigators are now uncovering what they believe may be a possible motive for arson. They have arrested a current employee of the warehouse in this morning's fire. Here's what a corporal told us. And what have you learned about his online activity?
We have heard some